Welcome to this e-learning video or module on housemate matching individual factors presented by DSO Housing Navigators. In this module, we will touch briefly on the individual support circle and environmental factors that impact housemate matching before focusing more closely on factors to consider related to the individuals that will be living as housemates in the shared living arrangement. All information included in this module and supporting documents is provided for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as legal, technical, business, or other advice. Developmental Services Ontario, or DSO, and its host agencies do not endorse any commercial product, process, or service referenced in this module or its producer or provider. The DSO also does not make any express or implied warranties or assume any legal liability for the accuracy, completeness, timeliness, or usefulness of any information contained in this module or supporting documents, including web links to other servers. Some URLs included in this document will link to a third-party website. Throughout this module, we will provide a summary of factors that commonly impact housemate matching and will then touch on how likes, dislikes, and deal breakers can impact housemate matching, how our personal values, lifestyle, choices, and routine can be important to think about when we are looking to share a home with a housemate, and how open and honest communication can set us up for success when looking for a compatible housemate. This slide provides links to information and resources from the DSO Housing Toolkit, which are related to the content we will cover in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit, where you will find information on the topic of housemates, as well as other information you might find useful to your planning journey. Link 2 leads to the My Housing and Support Plan form, which is a tool you can use to document key information about you and your lifestyle, as well as the needs and wants that are related to the housing and support plan you are working to create. This module and the others we have created in the series can help you to complete the My Housing and Support Plan form, should you wish to do so. The modules will highlight some things to consider in each area of the form. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact your local DSO Housing Navigator for guidance. The My Housing and Support Plan document is a PDF document that can be edited and works best when completed electronically, as it allows you to include more information and can be easily updated as changes occur. You are also welcome to print the form if you prefer. Link 3 leads to the My Relationships Circle tool, which can help you think about who is important to you in your life. It records the relationships you have and how they can help you live the life you choose. Link 4 leads to the Housing Partnership Agreement, which can help you consider and record the obligations, responsibilities, and commitments for two or more parties entering a housemate partnership. You may want to review the information from the toolkit before or after you work through the module. All web links shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. We will begin this module by talking about some of the most common factors that impact housemate matching. We have divided the information into three categories. The individual section refers to the person living in the living situation who is looking for a housemate and is or will be receiving support. The support circle refers to the people around the individual. This often includes family, if available, friends, other natural supports, and or paid support. The environment refers to the physical space of the home, the surrounding area, and the community. It is important to recognize that individuals and support circles are all unique. Not all factors will weigh as heavily as others. What is important is that conversations happen to discuss all these factors to ensure that partnering individuals and circles are on the same page. Open, honest conversations generally help to create solid partnerships that can weather ups and downs that will come with a living situation. It is also important to recognize that it will be impossible to match to another person or their support circle if there hasn't been any thought or reflection on personal values, strengths, and needs. It is important to consider all these factors individually prior to meeting potential partners. We have created three modules that discuss the most common factors that impact housemate matching in more detail. This module focuses on the individual factors. We will start with individual likes. It's a lot easier to form a positive relationship with a housemate if there are some shared activities that both enjoy doing. For example, making a favorite meal together, watching a TV show or a movie, doing art, or going for a walk around the neighborhood together. It's not necessary for housemates to be the best of friends, but spending time together can help form a stronger bond and make the living situation a bit more enjoyable. Along with likes, there are dislikes or deal breakers. It's important to note that these are not bad habits or traits about a person, but they are things we do that can be triggering for others. It's best not to live with a person who has habits or traits that you find triggering and vice versa, as it's very challenging to be constantly triggered in your own home. It can make the living situation very tense. An example can be swearing. For some, it can be upsetting to hear swear words often, and for others, it's just a part of their daily vocabulary. Volume of voice or TV or music is another example, particularly for people who might be sensitive to sound or a person who has some hearing loss. It's important to recognize that we are who we are, and we may do things that can be annoying for other people. It's also important to recognize how difficult change is. Being open and honest from the start is best, as finding a deal breaker after moving in with someone would be challenging to cope with. Some people like to try out living together in a short-term rental to get an idea if they are compatible with each other. It will be a learning process for everyone involved. Sometimes people discover that they might struggle with living with any housemate, as they might have very particular dislikes or habits. In this case, they might consider if living with a housemate is the best option for them. Values are things that we often grow up with and can be shaped by many things. They are usually very deeply rooted in us and can be difficult to even recognize. Many times, families shape these values, so they might not recognize them easily either. It's important to reflect on your own values, as there can be situations where values conflict with those of a housemate in a way that impacts the living situation. A situation where one housemate is in a romantic relationship with a partner that they sleep in the same bed with may clash with a housemate's value that people should be married before sharing a bed. Another example that can come up is food. A vegetarian housemate might clash with a housemate that eats a lot of meat due to dietary needs. Living with a housemate doesn't mean you have to share the exact same lifestyle or that you need to change your own lifestyle. What we refer to here is that having some similarities in lifestyle with your housemate can make it easier to share a home. An example might be eating habits and preferences. Perhaps one housemate might prefer takeout and the other might be trying to eat at home to stay healthy. Another example would be how comfortable housemates are having guests in the home. For example, a romantic partner, friends, family, or support staff. Some people have an open door policy where friends and family are welcome anytime. Others might be more private or cautious of having people over. Major differences in these areas can create conflict between housemates and make it challenging to share space. Routine is similar to lifestyle with some differences. Many people have structured daily routines due to programs and transportation, as well as the mental well-being benefits it has for many to organize their days. Consider how schedules might mesh for sharing space and creating a home together. It can be challenging for housemates sharing support to find common time to schedule in-home support if their routines are very different. For example, if one housemate gets up very early and the other very late, it can be challenging to coordinate morning support if it's required. Along with that, sharing common spaces can create more challenges if housemates' routines are very different and disruptive of one another. Individual goals are what housemates want to get out of the living situation. Some examples are gaining confidence to live more independently, making more friends, or learning more skills. For others, they might just be looking to get more confident with living away from family for the first time. It's helpful to think about and talk about goals, as they can be conflicting. It's especially important if housemates want to share support, that the support is helping the housemates individually work on their goals. For example, Perhaps learning to cook is a goal of one housemate, but not the other. This can create concern about the cost of support and how supports are being assigned. Disagreements often happen with chores when one housemate feels the other isn't pulling their weight in taking care of the home. Having clear expectations and house rules can help to develop a shared and mutually agreed upon division of household chores and responsibilities. Here are some points of summary that may be useful as you move forward. Do some reflection on yourself with the help of people in your life to create a profile of you as a housemate using these factors and examples. Open and honest conversations generally help with the creation of solid housemate partnerships. Just be you. Build solid partnerships that can help the relationships cope through rough patches. All living situations have their ups and downs. This slide provides links to information and resources which are related to the content in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit. Link 2 leads to the My Housing and Support Plan form. Link 3 leads to the My Relationship Circle tool. Link 4 leads to the Housemate Partnership Agreement. And the fifth set of links leads to Housemate Compatibility Profiles. All web links that are shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. This slide has links to DSO-related information and resources. Link 1 can help you locate your area DSO. Link 2 leads to information about DSO housing navigation. Link 3 leads to a list of housing navigators for all regions of Ontario and includes their contact information. And Link 4 will take you to the DSO events calendar. This concludes our module on housemate matching individual factors. For more information and content from Developmental Services Ontario, please view our website and social media accounts.